Hello and welcome back to another video today. I wanted to talk about Battlefield Hardline, mainly in regards towards the beta. Now, of course, other people, if you're subscribed to any other Battlefield YouTuber, no doubt over the past week or so, you've been flooded with Battlefield Hardline, this, that, modes, weapons, vehicles, gadgets, etc, etc, etc. So, instead of just repeating what other people said better than what I could say, I thought I would just pass across my opinions on some things that are going to be in the game, in the beta, and some things that haven't been quite announced just yet, or at least spoke about in too much detail. So, starting off with the beta, there's been no release date just yet. However, tomorrow the 28th of January, we can expect a big reveal announcement for hopefully the beta release date. It'd be leaving it a bit late if they didn't do it on that day. But surprise, surprise, before the actual announcement, there was a leaked email that somebody got sent from somebody for some reason, I have no idea, confirming the release date of the beta. Now, why this person got sent the email, I don't know. But that email said the beta was coming February the 3rd, which is 6 days away. Very, very exciting stuff. However, I wouldn't take it as 100% true just yet because, of course, it may not be. There's no 100% proof that it's going to be on the 3rd, it could be the 4th, so that could be wrong. However, I did expect the beta to be released sometime in February. This February the 3rd date popping out of nowhere doesn't seem too far-fetched, because if the beta lasts, say 2 weeks, I don't want to overstretch the mark there, but if it lasts 2 weeks, then that takes it up to about the 17th, 20th, depends if they kind of extend it or not, but around about the 20th, that leaves the developers about 2, 3, 4 weeks to implement those important, and I'm marking those quotation marks, feedback changes into the full game. So we'll have to wait and see. With the maps now, in the beta, we can expect 3 maps, Downtown Bank Job and Dust Bowl, which, not a bad selection. All the maps in Battlefield Hardline look very, very cool. We'll go over those very quickly in just a second, but in the way of modes, we've also got 3, which are Conquest, Heist, and Hotwire. Now, Conquest, of course, being the classic Battlefield game mode, there's no need to explain that one. Heist. Now, Heist, of course, we saw in the first beta, you remember from Downtown, where there was 2 trucks, one exploded on top of the bridge, one kind of just drove off the edge and landed sideways on the ground. That was very, very cool. Even though I don't really know what you can call it, it's not really a cinematic moment. Sort of an intro towards the map, because hopefully with this game mode, they've implemented, say, I don't know, I'm thinking outside the box here, possibly a helicopter that spins out of control and just explodes on the ground. You have to break in, steal the important briefcase, diamonds, money. I'd have thought money would have been burnt up, but, you know. But I'm just really intrigued to see what they kind of do with this game mode, because I really enjoyed that truck just jumping off the bridge and kind of presenting itself for you to break into. I found that a really unique and very cool thing to do. So hopefully they kind of think outside the box, and instead of just doing a truck every single time, they kind of do something a little bit different. Now, Hotwire is a car chase based game mode where the criminals have to steal a certain high priority vehicle. And of course they steal it, they have to try and take it back to their base, but that's not going to be quite that simple, because of course they got the whole United States police force on them. So with the police chasing the criminals, you can expect these epic police car chase moments just to erupt out of absolutely nowhere. I really cannot wait to try this game mode in the beta, because it sounds very, very cool. Hopefully it plays out just like my mind plays it. We'll have to see as well. Nonetheless, in the full game, we can expect to see 9 maps, which are Downtown, Bank Job, The Block, Dust Bowl, Hollywood Heights, Grow House, Derailed, Riptide, and Everglades. Now, I wanted to talk about these maps they've included in the game, because they're sort of, well, they're strange, because Battlefield is renowned for large, open-scaled, chaotic warfare, which is it is awesome, but Hardline seems to have taken it to a different approach where you've got a one building focus map. By that I mean there's one building where everything is focused inside and sort of around the perimeter, which in some respects isn't a bad thing, but you don't have a whole lot of variety unless you have vertical warfare, which I don't know if a whole lot of people are a massive fan of. Nonetheless, they've gone for these one building focus maps because, at least this is what I think anyway, they've tried to implement this SWAT police-based warfare where the criminals are situated inside the building, they've taken a hostage for example, and the police have to try and break in and take out the criminals, the terrorists, whatever they might be, very efficiently. I think Rainbow Six, the new one, I can't remember what it's called, the new Rainbow Six coming out later 2015, in the trailer they showed one building, not a whole street, just one building. The SWAT team rappelled onto the roof, they broke in, killed everybody, got the hostage. So that's what I imagine Battlefield Hardline has sort of tried to implement. So I'm not complaining, I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out, but with Battlefield I don't think it's always renowned for its team-based gameplay. Maybe this will change things, maybe after playing Battlefield Hardline, people will be more inclined to work with their team. Now, on the way of modes, we have of course 9 again. We've got Conquest, Team Deathmatch, Heist, Blood Money, Hotwire, Rescue and Crosshair. Now most of those game modes, I believe there's 7 not 9, but most of those game modes are pretty standard stuff. Conquest, Team Deathmatch we've seen of course in Battlefield 4, Heist we've tried in the first beta, and of course Blood Money, so we don't really need to explain that one all too much. Hotwire we've gone over, very exciting game mode, looking forward to that one a lot. But Rescue and Crosshair are the two I'm kind of intrigued to see what they do with, because they're meant to be competitive modes. Battlefield 4 tried to implement some competitive based obliteration, which I didn't really try all too much because I wasn't really into that kind of stuff. Rescue sort of looks like a Counter-Strike game mode where I believe if you die you're out for the count. So the terrorists have captured one hostage or multiple hostages. You as the police have to try and break in and kill them. So if you die, that's one less person on your team. You can kind of see how team-based gameplay would work very, very well, where you have to try and stick with your team in numbers who don't get picked off one by one. That's very cool. Now, next up, we do have Crosshair, where apparently there's a criminal. He goes a bit rogue, and his fellow comrades want to, well, as they put it in the description, the criminals are trying to erase the VIP's face from the world, so they want his face. Okay, fair enough, but the cops are trying to get into safety so he doesn't get his face stolen. But yeah, nonetheless, that does sound very, very exciting. Again, no second chances. If you die, you're out for the count. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these play out in Battlefield Hardline. They sound very good on paper, but in practice they may be slightly different. Just quickly looking at the gadgets, because there is a whole lot. I'm not going to go through all of them. If you want to have a look through each and every class specific gadget, then I'll leave a link in the description below. You can go check out the post that I'm getting the information from. But quickly looking over the universal gadgets, we've got the grappling hook, zipline, survivalist, decoy, armored insert, where you insert it is another question, gas mask and detunt driver. So I'm not really sure what a lot of those are. Of course I know what a gas mask, the zipline and grappling hook is, but survivalist, armored insert and detunt driver, I'm not really too sure what that is. But nonetheless, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. Of course, do let me know in the comment section below your opinions on any of these matters. Do you think Battlefield Hardline will go hard or go down the line? Nonetheless, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time.